And today is Veterans Day. There were ceremonies yesterday throughout the country. And for some vets, re-entering the civilian workforce can be difficult. Joining us right now are two people helping veterans transition back to the civilian jobs market. Apprenti Executive Director Jennifer Carlson and Penfed Credit Union President and CEO James Schenck. Great to see you both. Thanks so much for joining us. And Jennifer, Apprenti is the nation's first register of tech apprenticeship programs. Tell us about it.
Correct. It's registered apprenticeship when you think of what we do with the trades, construction, manufacturing, transportation. This is now the same type of rigorous system, but for the tech sector. So it's creating mid-tier tech talent, software development, systems administrators, data analysts, which are long-term career trajectories that have high income potential.
That's great. And James, Penfed launched a program that helps vet-owned businesses by offering seed money and support. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. The Penfed Foundation, we try to support veterans 365 days a year. We raised a few $1 million this year to give veteran entrepreneurs what they need: capital and access to an amazing network to ensure they're successful. About 250,000 military transition to the private sector each year, and about 1 in 5 want to start their own business. That's where we come in.
That's amazing. And in terms of what the government is doing in terms of the old GI Bill, how much assistance are they providing, and how do you tie into that?
So the GI Bill is covering tuition costs at a variable amount that negotiates by university, but it's roughly $10,000 per year that they can access.
Not going to get you very far.
Good for a public college, but not much more than that. They've also created a skill bridge environment where the vets-to-be, those who are still active duty, can start their training while they're active duty and be able to continue collecting a paycheck and living on base to help subsidize them while they're skilling up before they exit. But it is contingent upon their commanding officer releasing them from active duty.
So I've seen a trend. A lot of companies are getting more and more credit for the good things that they do, and people are more likely to buy products from or frequent companies who do good things. And we've seen an increase in taking care of our vets. Do you see that in these kinds of programs too, and the kinds of companies who are willing to work with you and partner with you?
Yes, I think that there are a combination of things. There's a lot of goodwill with companies trying to hire veterans. Now the question is, can we get them into skilled positions and not simply hired into entry-level jobs? Amazon did a great commitment a year ago by stating that they were going to hire 25,000 vets. They then had to make a secondary commitment that they wouldn't all end up, for example, in the warehouse. So we do the fulfillment on the software development side and helping to find the right vets to go into the technology roles, which have much higher pay and obviously is a long-term career.
James, really quickly, it's Dagan McDowell. Given the structure of the military, when people get out of service, do you find that they want to do their own thing? They want to be in charge of their own life, or do they want that structure that you would get in a large corporation, which might compare more favorably to the military?
No, absolutely. Veterans who are transitioning, a lot of them want to lead. These are highly trained, highly dedicated individuals. They learn about always putting the mission first. They never quit. They never give up. That's why they make such great entrepreneurs. They bring a high level of character. Their character and their integrity is beyond reproach. That's why they not only make great employees for all corporations across America, that's why they're great leaders as veteran owners.
Well, this is good news that we are seeing a better situation when they come home. Thank you to all of our veterans. That includes my father and my uncles and my grandparents. I know you're
my uncle
as well. There's my dad and his fatigues, as he calls it. Thank you to all our veterans and our troops. Jennifer Carlson, James Schenck, good to see you both.